Once you are logged into Clipchamp, you will click the screen recording option to record your screen. When the screen recorder launches, you'll see in the bottom corner that you're showing up on the webcam. If you want to use the webcam, you can leave it here, or you can move it around on the screen. You can even resize it. But if you don't want to use it, you simply click the X in the top right corner, and you'll see that the camera is now turned off. And you want to make sure the mic is enabled, that it's not slashed out if you're recording sound. Now you can click Start Screen Recording. And on this next window, you need to tell Clipchamp whether you want to record a specific tab, you want to record the window with all the tabs, or your entire screen. I like to pick entire screen so I don't accidentally leave something out when I'm switching between tabs. So after clicking the screen and making sure I've selected entire screen, I'm going to go ahead and click Share. You get a short countdown, and now you can see that you're recording the tab you're already in. What included this is it says recording in progress at the top left. I can see the countdown has started, and I have a total of 15 minutes to record my screen. So what I want to record today is a short tutorial showing users how to put a picture into a Google slide. I already have my Google Slides ready to go in another tab, so I'm just going to switch to that tab. And I can tell I'm recording still because of the red dot back on the new recording tab. Now I'll start recording my tutorial. Hi everyone, I'm going to show you quickly how to put an image on a Google slide. You start with clicking the Insert Image tool on the toolbar, and then select Search the Web. The Google search comes up on the right side of the screen. I'm going to click in the search box and look for a dog. Several photos come up, and I could take time to look through them all, but I am going to go with this first cute puppy. Just click on it and then click Insert. And the picture of the puppy pops right into my slide. I can move it around. I can resize it. If I wanted more pictures, I could even come up to the Insert Image tool and find more. But I'm just going to stick with one picture on this slide, and that shows you the basics of how to insert an image from the web into a Google slide. Now that I'm finished with my screen recording demonstration, I'm going to come back to the Clipchamp tab where the recording is going on. If I've messed up a lot, I could click the Record Again in the bottom left corner, but otherwise I'm ready to move on. In the bottom right corner, I'm going to click Review. The video will start playing, but I can stop it. And I know there's a better editor coming up, so instead of reviewing it here, I'm going to go ahead and click the Finish button. On this new screen that comes up, there will be a lot of things going on, but I don't have to pay attention to all of it. I just want to find the Clipchamp link up here at the top and click on it to send my video to the Clipchamp editor. And on the next window that pops up, I'll click Copy Now to send a copy to the editor. Once the video loads in the Clipchamp editor, I can now start making changes to it. One thing I'm going to want to do is get rid of anything that was recorded before I started the actual tutorial portion of my video. I'm going to zoom in on the timeline a little bit and then start dragging the playhead until I get to the part of the video where I start the tutorial. So I'm trying to get past that beginning part where it was recording basically the Clipchamp tab. If you watch the area I have marked with the red rectangle, it can help you see where you're at in the video as you move the playhead on the timeline. Okay, I think the playhead's in the right spot. Might be a little off, but I'm going to go ahead and select split, and that divided the video on my timeline into two sections. You can see how they're different by clicking to the left of the playhead and to the right. Now I just click the part on the left that I no longer want and hit delete or backspace on the keyboard, and it will get rid of that section of the video. Then I can just drag the remaining section all the way to the left to get rid of the blank space that was left behind. Now I'll start at the beginning of the timeline again and re-listen to the video. I didn't quite get everything clipped, so now I'm going to clip again where I have the playhead and repeat the process of deleting what was in front of it and moving the rest of the video forward until I get to the spot where I know my tutorial is beginning. I'm happy with where it's starting for now. Now I can move to the end of my video and find the spot to trim off the extra information at the end using the same method. You can use the tools on the left-hand side of your video screen to do more to your video, but for now we're just going to be happy with getting the start and end in the correct position. So now we just need to click export at the top right, and we want to choose 1080, which is the highest resolution, and give it a file name that makes sense for what we've just recorded. And then we will click export and wait for the process to complete. When the video is ready, you must click save to your computer. The video is currently stored in Clipchamp, but we need to get it into our Google Drive. So we're going to click save to your computer. The file save window will open. Go ahead and click on Google Drive. And if this is the first time you're saving from Clipchamp, go ahead and create a folder by clicking New Folder and giving it a name like Clipchamp or Screencasts or whatever will make sense to you, so you know where to find this recording and have a place to save future recordings. Once you've created your folder, go ahead and open it up. Then click Save after making sure you have a proper file name. And you can't see it happening, but the video is now being saved in your Google Drive. I'm going to go back into the saving window just to explain something really quick to you. Here's where you would find your folder again for saving in the future. We can already see that the current video is saved there. Whenever you're saving on your Chromebook, make sure you are not saving up here in this Downloads folder under My Files. It's really tempting, but that location lives only on that Chromebook. So if something were to happen to the device, you would lose your recording. Plus, you can't share your recording from the Downloads folder on your Chromebook. It must be in Google Drive to be shared. Once you've saved your video to your Google Drive, you can open your Google Drive in a new tab on your Chromebook. Then, once you find the video file in that special folder you created, you can share the file as you do with any other Google file, or you can go into Google Classroom or Schoology and submit the file according to your teacher's instructions.